What's up? I'm back. If you're new here, my name is Jacob Ramus. I help men achieve the best versions of themselves through leadership, fitness, and discipline, as well as some mindset stuff. Title of this video today, how to enter the flow state. And I'm gonna break it down for you guys in 3 pillars that I have for how to achieve that. If it sounds like I got a cold or something, I don't have a cold, but I got some stuff from Stagecoach last weekend, so bear with me there. All right, the first pillar, put it simply, focus on positivity. For too long, too many people just get dwelled up in the negativity. It's very, very easy to just start spiraling down. Negativity is something that's just gonna derail your progress in whatever it is in your life. And this past year, I've been focusing a lot on vibrations. And the typical thing, like me and my buddies would say, like, good vibes only. I got the floor mat, which is it's a timepiece from my old place with one of my best friends. So it's a classic, but it says good vibes only on the floor mat, and there's a reason for that. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. The more you put out those good vibrations into the world, like the Beach Boys song, I'll stop. That's it. The more you put out that into the world, the more you're gonna get, right? And the same thing goes for negativity. If you're constantly dwelling in the negative vibrations, the negative mindset, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm not good enough, whatever it is, and you're not that most confident version of yourself, you're not the most confident version of yourself if you got that kind of those thoughts going through your head. And trust me, like, I understand that it's not easy to just forget these things or just move on from it. It takes time, it takes effort. If you're watching this video, I know that you want to put in that effort. And I'm here today to hopefully help you get there. So focus on positivity, 1. And that means anything that's draining your positivity. So if there's negative people around you, or if there's a negative environment that you find yourself in, I've stayed away from drugs and, had my share of drinking and stuff in the past, but to each their own. I'm not saying it's all bad, but for me, that stuff never got me to where I needed to be. It never got me here. It never did. So, and I knew, like, with the drinking stuff, if I kept going down that path, it just wasn't gonna lead me to where I need to be and where God wants me to be in my life. So focus on positivity, cut out the negativity. 2, clear your mind of distractions. So I've talked about it in these videos before, you guys that are watching me. Anything that's just gonna be sucking your time away, like the Netflix and all that kind of stuff. It's good every now and then. I'm not saying it's the end of the world to watch a movie. I think I just watched the Other Guys, a couple weeks ago. It was a good time. One of my favorite movies, and I love film, but use it sparingly. Use it in a way that makes sense. If you find yourself just binge watching Love Island or whatever it is, I've never seen it, but if you're watching that stuff, so be it. But cut it out, just like straight up, just cut it out of your life for at least a week, and then go from there. I know a lot of these things, like social media, whatever it is, it's made to be addicting. It's made to get you hooked on it, right? So the minute you cut it out, it's gonna feel even worse that you're gonna want to use it again. Just give yourself a week. Do these other things I'm gonna talk about, like meditation and journaling, to empty your mind of all the stress and all that you're thinking about. Because a lot of these things, like Netflix, or for me when I was growing up, video games, stuff like that, when I wasn't at practice, that stuff is all meant to ease your mind from the stress. Again, for me, when I was playing baseball, football, whatever, school, at the Naval Academy, when I got back from lifting or whatever, practice, I kind of just wanted to chill out and play video games with my friends. And, I did that and it was fun, but I look back and I could have used that time to do other things and better myself, right? So, but the idea is that I was using that as a method to relieve the stress that I was feeling from those things. But there's other ways to do that. Trust me, there is. And the easiest thing to do, yeah, is to just do those things, to drink, whatever it is. And the thing is, that'll work for pretty much everybody, but it's not going to lead you to where you need to be. It's going to make you dependent upon those things, especially drinking, whatever it is. It's going to make you addicted, at least in some way, and then your health is just going to go down. And meditation and journaling are crucial to easing that. What I use for meditation, I use this app called Medito. It's on the App Store, and it's a very easy way to really get into it. You can make it, I think it's like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe up to like 30 minutes of a session. And it's somebody that guides you through that meditation. It's a free app, not sponsored or anything, but you can use that. And I've gotten to the point where I don't even need the app anymore. I can just use, if you just look on YouTube, there's some meditation frequency pages that you can, it's like a 3-hour loop or something. And you can just watch that or listen to it and then really just close your eyes and focus on your breath is the big thing. That's what Medito is going to really teach you, but it's just focusing on your breath and guiding yourself through that, really thinking about all the things that are in your head, whatever it is stressing you out, school, work, relationships, whatever. And you're just able to go from that to back to center, I always think. So it's all the other crap, and then it's back to center. And center is always focusing on the breath, just like I envision like my head or my my head's up here, my head and my heart as like my center. So everything's just going back to that, and everything else is just kind of outside noise. And it's not easy again, and it takes some time and some practice. So don't beat yourself up over it if you're not getting it down the first try. The way I see it is like the gym. So you go to the gym, you're gonna be lifting for the first time. You're gonna pick up maybe the 20-pound dumbbells or something and do some bicep curls. That's gonna feel like a lot. But for you to jump from that to like the 50s, that's obviously gonna take some time. So think about it in the same way. Every time that you have those things going on in your head and you're able to bring it back to center, that's like a mental rep, right? So it's meditation. I would at least do it for at least like 10 minutes a day, at least. And if you need to do it more, but at least 10 minutes, I would say. Next thing, journaling. So journaling is a good way to really get those things that I was talking about on paper and get it out of your head. Meditation is going to help you calm it down. To really get it out of your head, you really have to be journaling. And whether it's one of those like scribe things or an actual physical notebook, old school, get one of those, get them on Amazon, whatever it is, and use that as your dedicated journal. And I would tell you at least start at least 3 times this week. And then you can cut it down from there. If you want to go more, you can go more, but at least 3 times this week. And every time, just write down whatever is coming to mind, whatever is stressing you out, whatever you're thinking about, whatever is clouding your head. And then end it with some gratitude and some positivity in terms of where you're going to go from here. Don't just end it on a negative note of everything's all doom and gloom and I'm screwed. Because that's not really going to help you, right? So end it on a note of, okay, these are the things that are wrong, kind of like I've learned in the Navy. You want to fix problems. You got problems, you got to brief your captain. You got to brief them with the avenues to get them fixed. You're not just going to tell them, the ship's on fire, and then that's it. You're gonna say, okay, the ship's on fire. We got these guys manning the fire party teams. They're gonna go and attack this fire. We're gonna be fine, right? So that's a lot of what journaling is in a nutshell. Third thing, I know this is a long video, so live in the moment. And this is why I haven't posted a video in a long time, is because I've just been living life, and honestly, it's been great, and I've been loving it, and I wish the same for you guys too. And a lot of this is coming from these things I was just talking about in this video. Focusing on the positivity, clearing my mind of any distractions or any just outside noise through meditation, journaling, focusing on putting out those positive vibes again. And then again, living in the moment in terms of pushing the edge. So what does that mean? Every man has an edge in their life. And what I mean by that is those things that you feel like, maybe I'm a little bit afraid of doing this. When I was younger and I was surfing for the first time, I go out there to the break and it looks like the waves are crazy, but you just have to do it. Just say, screw it, and go out there and see what happens. And obviously, you want to be kind of smart about it. Don't get yourself hurt, but there's something to be said about a man pushing his edge. And recently I went out and bought a motorcycle, and for the longest time my parents told me I would never be allowed to ride a motorcycle. Everybody's told me don't get one, but I always wanted to ride a Harley, and I went out, I found one, and I bought it, and I've been riding it for sunset rides pretty much every day, and I've been really enjoying it. So every time I'm out on that thing, don't get me wrong, I understand the possibilities if something goes wrong of me getting very hurt, and obviously that's something that I don't want, but that's a way for me to kind of push my edge. Is you're overcoming that fear, the fear of, in that case, getting hurt or something bad happening. Another example would be maybe some guys having issues talking to girls, right? And sometimes you just gotta say, screw it, I'm just gonna go up and talk to her. And sure enough, it works out most of the time, believe me. So don't overthink stuff. Just go. Just tell yourself, like that 3-2-1 rule, 3-2-1, go. Just go and do it. And again, within reason. If it doesn't make sense, if it's whatever, just not really smart, then don't do it. But don't just sit there and overthink things. Just do. If you find yourself in those kind of moments overthinking stuff, and it's not a high stakes scenario, nobody's gonna get hurt, nothing bad's gonna happen, just do it. But focus on that, focus on pushing your edge, and that's gonna help you to live in the moment. You're not, again, worrying about all these other things. You're just in that kind of flow state like I've been talking about. The three of these things are really gonna put you into that state. And the last bonus that I'll give for you guys is whatever you're using to, or choosing to, feed your mind with, whatever media it is, if it's books, if it's videos, if it's podcasts, if it's music, again, make sure it's positive stuff. I think I've said this before, but there's times when like a sad country song or something like that comes on the radio, and you're like, oh, this is I play music, I know it's a good song, it sounds good, the lyrics are good. Pretty much all the Morgan Wallen songs are like this. But then you realize that it's all like sad, and like the moral of the story is kind of like sad of what happens in it. And the more you like listen to it, and then like knowing music theory, the type of notes that are being played is more of like a downing or like depressing type of tone. And again, a great song, but those kind of songs, for example, those are just going to put you in a bad mood. So I've been focusing a lot on not playing those all the time. I love those songs, those artists, but for me, I also like rock and roll and I play a lot of rock and roll, and it's great. So I like to say, kind of live life like a '80s movie star, and you'll be fine. So yeah, those three things: focus on positivity, clear your mind of distractions, and live in the moment. Push your edge. That's going to help you to achieve that flow state you've been looking for. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Stick by for the next videos coming up. See you guys.